Hello everyone, I'm Master Silver, and this is a media assumption, but not just any regular media assumption, no. Usually my media assumptions are these grandiose, game theory-esque statements that I make, assuming something about something in the media, whether it be a game, a TV show, a movie. But I've got something very important. I've got an issue that needs discussing that isn't just any assumption, it is a clearly known fact. Now, before I get into this, I need to go over the logistics of how we got to where we are right now, alright? So, take a few months back. I know, months. Why am I doing months? Point is, I just kept forgetting to do the media assumption, alright? Calm down. Months ago, I had the boys over. I had Austin, Isaac, and Parker. And eventually, the first day, because they stayed for sleepover, well, everyone but Parker, we were looking at all the stuff that we have. And they saw the Skylanders. And as you know, Brawl Stars is a big part of our friendship. And they saw the Skylanders. And this is something that even went over my head for the longest period of time. They saw the Skylanders, and they pointed out something that needs attention shown to it. That needs to be brought to light. Brawl Stars is... What was I gonna say? Oh boy. Man, it's so dramatic. I was building it up and then I forgot what I was gonna say. I am really good at this. Brawl Stars is copying Skylanders. It's official. Brawl Stars is the off-brand Skylanders. And I have proof. I have 5 figures right here, and I don't even have all the Skylanders, which means there could be more out there, but out of all the Skylanders I have 5 that resemble very close likeness to that of the Brawl Stars. Well, technically 4, but whatever. So, media assumption, go. First, I want to take out the first person, that Parker. This was pointed out by Parker. And honestly, it's hard not to agree with him. This is... Oh, I don't remember his name. I don't remember his name. But look at this guy. Look at him. Right, you see that? You see that? Yeah. Yeah. Who do you think this looks like? Who does this look like to you? That's right, this is Stu. They copied this guy to make Stu. I mean, look at that. He's got the one eye. He's got the blaster. You know that. He's got the red colors, the robotic look, the wheel for the foot. It is Stu. I know Stu doesn't have a green eye, but still. Even the eye, like the iris, is the same. It's just a line. This is Stu. Without a shadow of a doubt. They clearly copied Skylanders to make Stu. And Stu's a more recent brawler. So how long have they been doing this for? How many people could they have possibly copied to make what we know as our beloved Brawl Stars? Well, there's this less likely one that I want to get off my chest first before I get into the really in-depth ones. Ninja Stealth Elf. I remember this one. Kinda looks like Tara in a way, don't you think? You know, the mask, the secretive clothing, the shards, which could be honestly resembled as, you know, cards in a way. If you look at the way Tara swipes her cards at people, it can kind of look like that. Tara. But this one was pointed out by me before I brought all the Skylanders here to make the video, so that one was just a more recent one that I thought to point out. It's not exactly resembling it, and not my strongest point. But I'll get to my strongest point. Next! One pointed out by me. And this one is, if you disagreed with Stu, if you disagreed with Stealth Elf, well then, you're gonna agree with this one. Tick. Countdown, clock down, whatever his name was. Look at this guy. It is clearly Tick. He launches rockets. What does Tick do? He launches 3 projectiles that land on the floor like mines. He has a bomb for a head, kinda like Tick. A meticular body, kinda like Tick. And legs, like Tick, but Tick's got little pegs, so whatever. It's Tick. Literally, how can this not be Tick? How can this not be Tick? Skylanders was ripped off by Brawl Stars. Was that the right way of saying that? Brawl Stars, I'm gonna just say Brawl Stars copied Skylanders. But this is Tick. This was the original Tick. Brawl Stars is ripping off Skylanders. How do you think they've got 49 brawlers in the shop right now? It's because they got ideas from a game that nobody plays anymore. It's Tick. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is Tick. And you can't deny that. It's Tick. And for further, analysis, this one's kind of like bullshit, but still, this is like core Tick, right? But and maybe it's inspiration for Crab Tick. Don't know. Maybe the blowing of the head is the inspiration for Tick's super. I don't know, but just thought I'd throw it out there because that's still Tick. And then the last but not least, right? Yeah. Last but not least, and this one is well, not as nailed down as the Tick theory, but it's a very important one to point out nonetheless. This is Amber. You guys know Amber. Amber is a legendary brawler with fire for a head, blows fire. This is obviously not your typical flamethrower gun. As you can see, it has a little windbag thing that when it presses down, shoots air through this nozzle, giving the fire that you see. Fire. Obviously, I don't remember Amber's design the best. I've been using Amber de la Vega lately, so I'm kind of forgetting the other Amber skin. But doesn't other Amber? I mean, this is obviously like a not a mage, a blacksmith kind of looking outfit right here, right? But it can kind of resemble, that kind of like cultural garb that Amber wears. It's Amber. This is Amber. And I don't even remember what her thing is, but this is Amber. Okay? So that's just potentially 4 brawlers. 4. With the inclusion of this Tick skin, it's technically 5. But 4 brawlers already pointed out, just by me, with the little collection of Skylanders that I have. We've pointed out 4 brawlers that Brawl Stars could have potentially, that Supercell potentially ripped off to make the brawlers that they know. We've got 4 Skylanders who have been victimized by one of the best mobile games, if not the best mobile game in the world today. It's a damn shame. Now, sure, you can argue that, what came first, what came after, majority of the brawlers, majority of the Skylanders I showed you are residents of the Skylanders Swap Force video game, and then the Amber wannabe is from the Trap Team game. So it really, you could dive into like, oh, when was each game released, when was the brawlers released, and you'll kind of cross-check those to determine, who really did it. But nah, that's not going to change a thing, because my media assumption is, whether you prove that one came out before the other, that just means that that company ripped off the other. See, me and APIC, we only at the time we were joking about it, we only focused on the idea that Brawl Stars copied Skylanders. But if if some of these characters came out after Tick, after Stu, obviously they all came out after Stu. But if they came out after Stu, if they came out before Stu, if they came out, sorry. I don't have like a script or anything, so I'm just going off by heart and mind and whatnot. But if any of these brawlers, they came out, Skylanders, if they came out before Stu, before Tick, I should say after. If they came, oh my god. If they came out after Stu, if they came out after Tick, if they came out after Amber, if they came out after Tara, that just means that it wasn't Brawl Stars that ripped off Skylanders. It was Skylanders that ripped off Brawl Stars. And that is... oh, that is something else. Because, you know, my media assumption, it was really only focused on Skylanders being ripped off by Brawl Stars. But hey, it could be, you know, turn the tables. It could be... I'm obviously, you know, Stu's out of the equation for that one. Because Stu came out... out of all the brawlers I mentioned in this list, based off of Skylanders, Stu came out the most recent out of all of them, and Stu definitely came out after Skylanders shut down, which means Stu is definitely a carbon copy of Magnet Bolt, or whatever this guy, Magnet Dash, I don't frickin' know, whatever his name was. But Tara is a pretty old brawler. I mean, she's not the oldest brawler in the game, but she's a relatively old resident in the Brawl Star universe. Amber, I actually haven't looked up when she came out, so could be, you know, 50-50 chance on that one. And Tick, well, he's in the same boat. But I remember when Tara came out, because I was there. Not on my account that you see me play on now, but I was there when Tara came out. I had Tara. No, I didn't have Tara. I had Pam. Or did I have Pam? I had one or the other. But Pam and Tara came out at the same time. And personally, I can't really confirm whether or not the Swap Force came out at the time that Tara came out, because that was like grade 7 for me, so it would have been like 2016, 2017. But yeah, that's just... it's a shame. It is a damn shame that two great games and one of them copied the other. But that's just not a theory, okay? Like any media assumption that I do here, it is not a theory. It is not a rip-off of the game theory, despite how similar it might try and make it. It is not a game theory. It is not a film theory. It's not a food theory, or it's not whatever the hell MatPat does in the future. And this is not associated in any way with MatPat. This is an assumption. A media assumption. An immediate assumption into what is going on in the real world, in the real media that you all see before your eyes. So, that has been your media assumption for the day. I've done two other media assumptions. My first one, and arguably my favorite one to do, and my most passionate one, of course, was the assumption that Jason Voorhees and, by, you know, sequentiality, Freddy Krueger are in the DC universe. And my second media assumption, which Shell in Mario Kart would be the strongest. This is the third. And there are going to be plenty more to come in the future, but I can't guarantee when, because I gotta find something to theory about. And when I do, I'll be back here, making another. But until that day, this has been a media assumption. And something that people need to look into, something you should keep an eye on. If you are a fan of Supercell, if you are a fan of Brawl Stars, if you are a fan of Skylanders, you need to keep an eye on this, because there is something fishy going on here. And it needs our help to bring it to light. To reel in that fish and take it for what it's worth. So, now that I've all informed you of today's festivities, thank you everyone so much for watching. I'm as like subscribe for more of this. My game of vlogs, a lot of us comes. I'll see you all very, very soon. Later, guys.